J.M. Irving Books.
Hey guys, it's your boy J.M. Irving. Welcome back to another video here on J.M. Irving Books. I'm super excited to share with you the short list of books that I have set for 2023. I'm super excited to be sharing this with you guys because, you know, I'm really taking my channel and just my reading more seriously now. The last year was just filled with writing and trying to get everything together. I feel like I have a little bit more time to really sit and read. I do have something coming out later on this year, but I have some time to be able to really get my reading back in. I feel like I've lost my reading speed, and so I'm kind of starting out slow. But I have a Goodreads, and if you guys want to follow me over there, my progress or whatever, I'll leave the link down below. And my goal this year is 100 books.
Okay? You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
And so somebody that I know, I follow on here, they've been 300 last year, whatever. But, you know, 100 is good for me. You know what I'm saying? I've never done this before. Whenever I was a kid, though, I was in this program. It was called like AR Reading. I'm not sure if anybody else, but in Texas, we had this program where we would read books for points, and so that would kind of help it was for English, so that would help our grade. And so I thought to read, let's say, Twilight, and I got all the answers right. It would ask me certain questions. Let's say, like, you know, who was the leader of Jacob's pack in Twilight? Who was Bella's boyfriend, which would be Edward? You know, so if I got those points right, then I would be able to go to this thing. We'd be able to I think I got like over like 1,000 points or something like that. So I don't know how many books that is, but I was reading a lot whenever I was in school, and I got to stay at my school like overnight. We would just like stay and read, like, you know, us and the teachers and the students and stuff like that. It was so cool. I kind of wish that I still had that, because like that kind of fueled me to read more. But like I said, I have more time now, and so I'm going to be able to start reading a lot more. But I'm not going to blabber. I'm going to go ahead and show you the books that I'm reading for this month, and also I have a book that I DNF'd earlier this time last year. I'm going to attempt to read this month. So
Stop the cap.
let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first book, you saw this one in the last video. It was called Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. And it is a thriller, kind of like psychological novel. It deals with marriage. There is a couple named the Mr. and Mrs. Wright, Mr. Adam and Mrs. Amelia Wright. And their marriage is kind of like struggling, and they don't really show a lot of affection anymore. Her husband, Adam, is a writer, and it's just kind of told from it starts off with Amelia's perspective, but it kind of jumps back and forth between the both of them. And you know, it's very early on, you get the kind of like the feeling, the premise of the story is that they're trying, like, she's trying to keep the marriage together. She's trying to do everything that she can to kind of keep them to kind of make it work, right?
I love you and I miss you.
And so their marriage counselor tells them that they should go on a getaway, just them two, and she brings their dog along just so that they can kind of save their marriage, like the last attempt to do so. And so as they go on, we kind of realize that, you know, both of them, they have things planned, you know, for each other. Is it good? Is it bad? That's kind of like what the whole premise of the story is about. And like, also another fun fact is that this is supposed to be a Netflix adaptation pretty soon. I don't know when. I'm kind of keeping tabs on it, but I don't have any other news that talks about exactly when it's going to happen. But just from reading it, I think I'm like, I would say I'm more than a quarter of the way through. But from what I can see, like the way the scenes are written, I can definitely see it. Excuse me. In a movie. And so, like, if that is the case, then I'm really excited to see this adaptation. I'm ready to excuse me, I'm ready to finish it, and so so I can watch it before the show comes out, or the movie, whatever, however they adapt it. And you know what I'm saying, because if you watch my other video, I bought One of Us' line before the show came out, but I watched the show before I read the book. I know it was like, you know, literary sin, but, you know, I did it, and so I have to live with it now. So I'm still gonna read the book, by the way, but just I watched the show first. So I mean, I'm sorry. But the next book is The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. If you don't know about this book, I said this around a housemaid, and she is she's a maid for the Winchester family, and the Winchesters, they have secrets. The wife, she's kind of like one of those rich women where she does things on purpose so she can clean it up, and then the husband is kind of like he's seems to be kind of sad and broken all the time. The mother, it's a lot of different things going on, and so and then on the back of the book, this is not spoiling anything, but on the back of the book it says that one day she tries on one of the wife's dresses, and she gets locked in. So the door is, it doesn't lock from the inside, but from the outside. And so, but it says at the end, it says, "But I reassure myself, the Winchesters don't know who I really am. They don't know what I'm capable of." So that alone just really entices me. Also, too, I've heard great things about this from people like Gabby Reeds and just all over like the interwebs. I've heard great things about it. And so I asked my sister, I was like, "Please get this for me, because if you don't, I will literally die." I'm just kidding. No, I was so excited to get this book because it is, it just right up my alley. I love thrillers, and I'm just so excited to get into this. I'm so excited to get into this book, and so yeah. And then the last one is called The Guest List by Lucy Foley. Now, I read The Paris Apartment by her, and I loved it, and so I kind of blindly picked this one up because I heard good things about it, but I also blindly picked it up because I really wanted to see what it was about, see what the hype and stuff was about, and and so like all these people. So it's like a bride, the plus one, the best man, the wedding planner, and the bridesmaid. They all are invited to like this remote Irish island, and so it says that excuse me, all have a secret. All have a motive, but only one is a murderer. And so it's very much giving me like Agatha Christie type of like esque. And so I'm going into this book just expecting great twist. Great twist, great just like imagery, and just like just really kind of like nail biting kind of like scenes and just circumstances, and because think about it, it's only let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 5 of them. So like, how can any of them do something without somebody noticing? And so that's kind of like my thing. And that's what I loved about The Paris Apartment, was because all these people, they all know each other. They all know something, but like, what is it? Who's the murderer? Who is like the accomplice? Maybe. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited for all these 3 books, and I think I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but I have started reading this book by Alice Feeney, the Rock, Paper, Scissors book, and I think I said I'm about a quarter way through, and I'm loving it. I'm thinking about starting The Housemaid, or like The Guest List in a little bit. Probably like once I get halfway through Alice Feeney's book, I'll probably start The Housemaid or whatever I decide to do. But those are my 3 reads, guys. And so I do have a book that I DNF'd this time last year, and it's called Billy Summers by Stephen King. I tried reading this book. I got sick with it, so I'm not sure if that's why I haven't got back to it. Maybe I'm just in my brain, it kind of turns me off. But like, I do love the storyline. If you don't know about it, it is about a guy named Billy Summers, obviously, and he has one more hit to do before he retires, and so you can kind of see where I'm going with this, right? It's one more hit, but like, of course, something has to go wrong, and so it kind of builds up quite a lot. It's like a stairway to heaven. I'm just kidding. It's like a stairway. I'm in page like 114, and he's still trying to get to like the part where he actually commits the act, and it's like, like I said, I'm trying to really like give it its time. It is third person. I said I'm not very, that's not something I don't run to those books first. I love first person. I love feeling the people's emotions. That's what I love, and that's how I write. But I'm going to give it its chance. So if I finish these 3 books, I'm going to try to go back to this book because I DNF'd it so long ago, like a year ago now. And so I'm going to try to go back into it and finish it if I finish the other ones first. But yeah, I mean, like, that's really it. I don't want to be before you guys long, but I do, like I said, I have a Goodreads, I have an Instagram. I'll link everything down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a video whenever I post. I'm going to be posting a lot more frequently now. In the past, I posted a little bit, but I'm going to be posting a lot more because, like I said, I'm taking things seriously now, and I would love to eventually one day make this like a full-time thing where, and I'm sharing with you guys the books that I love, writing tips, cover, how to make your cover, things like that. So those are the things that you can kind of look forward to. So yeah, but I hope you guys have a blessed day, and yeah, happy reading.